Hi class. Welcome back. So what we're gonna do is the lab section or the Python lecture of the natural log processing with Python. So this notebook is going to go over some of the concepts that we talked about in the PowerPoint, and so we're gonna discuss some of the higher level overview of the basics of the natural language processing. And this consists of talking about some of the features of machine learning techniques that we can use for this text and some of the math and statistics to get to the text and format that the machine learning algorithm can understand. So in the process, what we're going to do is we're going to try to turn the data, the text messages, right, into what we call a vector. So we have sort of talked about that already in the previous sections, previous week. So we're gonna reinforce some of those concepts again. And so once you have completed this lecture, you will be able to reach out to get some of the Yelp text data and process that information for your own good if you want to start do that. Some of the requirements would be to have some of the NL natural language TK install, along with downloading some of the corpus of stop words. To download everything with Conda installation, run the cell below or reference the full video. Well, you can, or I'm gonna show you here how you can do it without it. So this is if you wanted to, if you already have Conda, then you can do it this way. But if you don't, here's another way to do it without it. In order for you to run this, you would have to pip install the word cloud, sorry. And then from there, we're going to be able to import the word cloud. So actually, let me do the pip install separately because you only want to do this once, and then once you install, you don't have to repeat this again. So I'm just going to do this one. Well, I can do it again. Anyways, I'm going to import the word cloud, and then I'm going to import as well the NLTK. And from the NLTK, we're going to be able to download the stop words. So this is what we need to be able to select. So stop words, and we'll talk about it eventually a little more in depth. There are specific words in the English language that are not necessary, that don't add any meaning to the content of the meeting of the message or the text. And then we're gonna do the NLTK download. We're gonna download the WordNet as well. So we're downloading those setup lists and LTK download. I don't think we're gonna need all of them, but just in case you ever are doing something beyond this class, then you can actually use this tools as well. The punct. So far, we're only gonna use the stop words for our class, but the other ones you can if you want to use it if you're like doing something else other than this course. So I just want to have them there just in case you want to use something. You're using something else, then you can some other text, and you want to use it for different tools. And the perceptron is another process of deep learning. So that's another if you are doing some other project. But anyway, so let's make sure this runs. And I'm gonna try to see if I can make this short every 15 minutes. That way it can load into the canvas. So there you go. We downloaded, so this looks good. And now what we wanted to do is so we can extract some of this data that we're gonna be using from the UCI database. But I already actually have given you that information. So what you can do here is we can upload it. It is in the canvas. No, that's a different class. So if you look at our processing at the lecture that we have, there's another CS message span collection that you can download, and you're gonna upload it there. Okay. And so you just practically click upload, and then whatever you uploaded that file, you can just open it up. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, if you can open this file, you can see there's a bunch of messages, and they all have a label for each of these messages. So they're either ham or spam. Now, ham is when the message is something, it's not a spam, right? It's like opposite of a spam. So spam is bad. We want to identify those spams. And so we can, probably maybe remove them or put them in a different folder, like for your email, right? And then the ham is a good message, something that is not a spam. So that's the file that we're going to be bringing back here. The file we're using contains a collection of more than 5,000 spam forward messages. You can check if the you can read you can check out the readme file for more information. Let's go ahead and use the rs strip plus the list of compressions to get the list out of the lines and text messages. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is actually first extract that lines into a we're gonna be able to open up the file and make the and extract them and save them into a variable. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna save we're gonna practically graph. Let me actually do this first. We're gonna go through every line in the open file, right? We're gonna open the file, the spam collection, and we're gonna take each of those lines as a line, and we're gonna save them as a line, and then we're gonna strip them from the any white space that they had. Okay, so we're gonna put the name of the file, the path here. Now the best way to do it is just to go here to the left side and then copy the path. And that will be the easiest way to do it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the line and we're gonna call the method rsstrip, which is to remove any white space in the end of the file. And now what we can do here is well, I can show you guys what the message will look like. So message, if we want to see what this looks like, you can see that we created a list that contains all the messages, right? Every single line, right? Every single line is one element on my list. Okay, and they're all separated by a tab. Notice that they're all separated by a tab. So just remember that. Now I want to actually just figure out how many elements do I have here. So we're gonna do the length of the message, and just to figure out how many elements we have. Message list object is not capable. Oh, sorry. Print. So we have 5,574 elements in our list. All right. So the next part is we want to be able to we're going to take this collection. The collection of text is also sometimes called the corpus. So remember this, because we're going to use this word a lot of times. So it's called a corpus, the collection of all these text messages. And let's print the first 10 messages and number them using the enumerate. So what we're going to do is we want to enumerate the our list of messages. And the way we can do that is using a for loop. And this for loop is going to have two numbers. One is going to be the number where it's going to be assigned, and the other one is going to be the message that is going to store in that enumerate. So enumerate practically assigns a value, a number, an integer value from 0 to whatever to the to our collection of to our list. In this case, we're doing the message, and what we're gonna do is just to see the first 10 of them. We're just gonna we're gonna run it on the first 10. So what we're doing is we're making our message we're going to enumerate our message, just the first 10 of them, and it's going to return. So this contains two different values. It contains the message that is being stored and the number that is being assigned to that message. And so what we can do here is we can print the message number and then the message. Now this is going to be separated by a the message number and the message will be separated by a space, because we're printing. When you do a print and you're printing by separation of a comma, then you're gonna always have a space between them. And then because the ham and the go have a tab, that's why you see the differences, the big differences in between. And then we're gonna print a \n, because that is just to separate them and have a little more separation. Okay, so that's that part. Now, due to the spacing, we can tell that there's a tab separated values. We saw that when we look at this. Actually not here. We actually saw it when I printed the message. If I do the message again, you can see that there's a tab there. So that's what this is saying. It's separated by a tab. Okay. I just want to show you guys that again. So they're separated by a tab. So that's why it's called a TSV, a tab separated values file. When the first column is a label saying whether the given message is a normal message, which is a ham, or a spam. So that's what I was explaining before. The second column is the message itself. Now our numbers aren't on the file, they are just from enumerate call. So we assign a value to every single message. And using these labels, ham and spam example, will train a machine learning model to discriminate between ham and spam automatically. Then with the trained model, we'll be able to classify arbitrarily unlabeled messages as ham or spam. So our goal is to be able to have the machine learning to be able to do this automatically for us, so we don't have to do this manually. Instead of parsing a TSV manually with Python, using Python, we could just use advanced pandas. Let's go ahead and import this. So again, we have already tools, a lot of tools that can do this for us. Instead of doing this manually, what we have done, right? There is actually tools in pandas that just does this like flawlessly. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna import our pandas as PD. And pandas allows us to be able to turn a file into a data frame. And so what we're gonna, so this allows us to also separate the columns, right? To be able to separate your data into columns, and we can assign them by what value do we want to, how do we identify how is it separated. Now remember I told you guys that the ham and where is this doing this? I remember I told you guys that this is separated by a tab. So we're gonna be able to separate and create a data frame separated by the tabs. So we're gonna use messages. We're gonna call it our data frame messages. And so we're gonna read from a underscore CSV file. Even though it's a TSV, we can see we'll call it a CSV file. And we're gonna use again the location, the path of this file, and put it inserted there. So this is gonna allow us to be able to copy. Now, in this case, it's not separated by comma, it's separated by a tab. So we want to identify that this is separated by a tab. So what this is going to do is going to create a label, a column for each of the content that is separated by a tab. And so we also want to call those columns, we're going to assign them with label, right? That's the label that is going to represent, and we want to be able to identify our message as by the label. So this is going to be our input value. This is actually going to be our answer, our solution, right? So we already know, this is the data that we already know that we're given, and we want to use this to train our machine. Okay, so this is the actual solution, the answer, and this is the data we use to be able to train it.